Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I'm coming to you today, oh my god, I hope I remember what we were going to call it, with a hashtag, a VR to Giselle of MadWitch, and we're calling it hashtag My Tarot System Choices. Okay, so how Giselle did this this morning is she showed us a Marseille, a classic Marseille, a classic RWS, and a classic Thoth, you know, which we've all seen. This is the Marsella Robledo, and it's about as classic a Marseille as you could ever adore, because it is. This is the only classic Marseille I've ever kept. However, there are other Marseille decks, right? There are decks that are Marseille that I might prefer. We'll be back. This is a 1980s Yellow Box, RWS. So this is one of the three classic systems, correct? RWS, the majority of decks produced since this deck came out until now are probably, well, I don't know, Marseille gets a lot of time too. The fewest are going to be Thoth. Okay, why do I keep this? Why do I love this so, even though I almost never use RWS, although I have a couple clones? Because this shuffle is absolutely stunning. Anyway, not the subject of the video. Okay. And then we have my first deck, the deck I learned with, the Aleister Crowley Thoth. Okay, there's the backs. And I hope I'm not like doing my arm again, because that was boring. Okay, so yeah, Thoth. And there have been a few really good ones that have come out lately. I've gotten a couple of them, and over time we're getting more of these, and isn't that wonderful? I think so. Okay, so if I was not to use this magnificent Marsella Robledo, I might pick up this. And this is my only Uusi deck. This is illustrated nudity, just a bunch of it, by the way, but in the best way. It's called Eros in the Garden of Love, or just The Garden of Love Eros by Uusi. Okay, so we have our moon cards, because you gotta have moon cards in an Uusi deck. Love that. Ooh, new moon. Yum. All right, so this is my first kind of Randy deck. This is the one I'm invested in, and I had to go looking for this because it was out of print for a minute. I don't think it is anymore, but here we are. It's set up like a Marseille. Even see the three legs. Okay, a little different kind of wand there. Here is Strength, the Lovers. We have an angel right here. There's our curved swords. I need to talk about the handles. And the wands. Okay, but I mean, there's our coins. Temperance. Page of coins. Fabulous. All right. Cups, swords, wands, pentacles. It's a Marseille. And I love this deck. And yes, it's the fabulous Uusi linen cardstock. But if I shuffled every deck I wanted to shuffle, we'd be here all night. Okay. So then we have the RWS option. Okay. And this is in this fabulous Moonlit Fae bag. I hope she still does these bags because the ribbons are wonderful. This matches the Playful Heart tarot. Playful Heart, Zara does all these extra cards, and these cards are wonderful extra cards. I'm definitely going to do the extra cards video when I have a minute, which I don't. I never have a minute. Oh my God, first 1 minute. Anyway, so here we go. Here's the King of Cups. Now, Three of Cups, we have 3 people. We have kind of pumpkins, right? Page of Wands. It doesn't look RWS right now, but really it is RWS. The illustrations are the meanings that come from our modern knowledge of the RWS. There we go. But her illustrations are so much deeper than people realize until you have the deck in your hand and you start to see itty bitty details, like the guys in the background here, and the little cup is full of little people and bones and stuff that goes all the way down. It's so good. Oh my goodness, I love this deck so much. Okay, anyway, so I am gonna say that's my RWS, but I understand that that's not super RWS. So let's give one that's like exactly RWS. Okay. This is a Hellooo Kittey tarot, and I believe this is totally a pirated thing, so they don't really sell this anymore, but this is entirely Kitty. RWS. The 3 of Hearts. Oh my God, the 9 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, it's a teddy bear. The Kitty family. Oh my God. Anyway, the whole thing just tickles me. All right, so let's move on to a more serious subject. Let's do Thoth, okay? Now, this is Tarot Avatara. And she is Thoth coloration. Which is, it's kind of a big deal. It makes a difference. This is kind of a hybrid type of thing, but it has real kind of thought. The illustrations have the same spirit as the Thoth illustrations in the same cards. She's just added another layer of wonderful storytelling. And this is why I love decks that are created by people who read tarot, because there's so much that you can put in there. Anyway, so this is my Thoth choice, okay? Very much a Thoth deck. Now, I picked a couple other sections. So my 4th one would be the combination of Thoth and Rider-Waite-Smith. So a combination of styles. Now, if you're going to do this tag, you could also do, say, the Tarot of 7 deck. That one is a combination of like Marseilles and Italian and RWS. Or even, well, you decide. We're all grown-ups. So Annabelle Wen's Spirit Keepers Tarot is a combination from the very beginning of Thoth and RWS. So all of these cards feel either Thoth or RWS to me. I would say they are clearer illustrations than Lady Frida Harris did. But they are, I think that Pamela Coleman Smith's illustrations were kind of sneakier. There's a lot more in those illustrations than people first realize. And that's what I think this deck remembers. And then she put all these other layers onto it. The places behind are actual places. If you read the book, there's just a ton of great stuff going on. The costumes are actual costumes. There's a bunch of Golden Dawn additions that are, this is like an alchemical thing. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. And it is a combination deck. So I think that should be one of the sections. Another section, this would be section 5 now, would be favorite pip deck. And what is the wild unknown, people, if not a semi-illustrated pip deck? It just is. Hello, coins. I mean, yeah. Pip deck. Different from a Marseille, obviously. No curved swords. No, you know, there's a way those decks are set up. Okay. Finally, a tarot deck that is not exactly a tarot deck, but it's still a tarot deck. So this is a pip deck, and it's tarot. But what Colin did here is he used color theory in the small cards, okay? And with the major arcana, he tells a completely different story. Our traditional first 3, first 4, first 5, all tell the same progression of story, pretty much. Maybe the Fool is at the end with the Marseille, right? But Colin and a couple of others, I gotta say, but this is just brings me joy. Every time I see it, I remember the story, and it's still up on his YouTube channel, just YouTube Oceandry, and he's on there, and just listen to the whole story because it is so good and so interesting and so smart. What a clever thing to do. So tarot that is not traditional tarot, the Oceandry Tarot. So that's it. Thank you for coming, and do the hashtag.